"13 viewers. Hi, guys. Sorry, just getting our host on. Glad you all could make it. Hi, Lou. No, I cannot see you guys. This is no longer interactive. It is basically just a webinar. I need to figure out how to turn that off. Get your notepads and pens. Recruiting like a champ. Perfect time for that. Do you guys have a chat box as viewers? Luanna, text me if you do, because I can't see what anyone says. A chat box where you guys can all chat together. I can't see it as a co-host. And your host can't see it either. Oh, looks like.
Hi.
Hi. I don't see you though, so if you can make.
Here we go.
Wait, you may be coming.
That's my hubby.
Okay, are you gonna make it to where we can see you?
Yeah. Is it showing yet?
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Awesome. Okay, we're gonna bounce back and forth until I mute myself, but because it screenshots the person that is talking.
Great.
But I just want to thank you for being here this morning. I know we changed the time and you were so flexible to be able to pop on and offer your value. So much appreciate that. I'm just going to give you a real quick intro and then I'm going to mute myself and let you take it away, okay?
Sounds good.
I just let you know we are broadcasting live on YouTube right now. Okay, so Courtney is a mom. She has a fantastic social media experience. I scroll through, I'm like, man, she is professional. Your pictures are gorgeous. She reached 3-star in something crazy like 6 months. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, okay. So that's something to like be very proud of and for us to be all inspired by, and we are. So we're just so thankful for you to come on, lend your value, your wisdom, and talk about recruiting. That's obviously a strong point of yours. So thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and mute and you can take it away, love.
Great. Thank you, Lindsay. I'm super happy to be here. My initial contact with Lindsay was at my very first Super Saturday event. And I don't know if I had even gotten Emerald yet, but I was there and I had my little baby girl who was about 4.5 months old. I had her with me in my little baby carrier. And we stepped out in the lobby because she was kind of fussing. And Lindsay just got done with her awesome, amazing speech on stage, and then she went out in the lobby to get some water or whatever, and I was just starstruck because I had seen her videos on YouTube, and I wanted to tell her thank you for all her inspiration that she had given me, but I totally froze. So this is me unfreezing and saying thank you, Lindsay. You are a huge inspiration, and yeah, this is a huge honor to get to talk to you guys, and I hope what I say is helpful and inspiring and encouraging. I am very new at coaching. This is my 7th, going on 8th month of coaching, and I have tips that I'm going to share with you about recruiting, but I just want you to know that it's possible, and it starts with belief in yourself and then just going for it. And even if you have fears, it means just going for it anyways and getting your invites out there and being consistent. I want to share a little bit about my story. I got into Beachbody coaching through my friend Jessica Pasola. We were college roommates and played soccer together. So we were very close friends, and she had contacted me about doing Shakeology and coaching. She had mentioned coaching way before I had joined, like almost a year before I actually joined. But I was pregnant then, and I wasn't really looking for anything new. I did a lot of vlogging on my own, and I felt like that was enough for me for a creative outlet. And I didn't really see how the two could connect yet. But even so, it was a seed planted, right? And I was thinking about it. And after I had my little girl, who's my second baby, I also have a son who's 3. I couldn't lose my baby weight after her. And I was so confused because with my son, I had lost weight really quickly and felt like really easily. And I don't know if that's because he was a boy and he nursed a lot and just whatever, I dropped my weight, shed it fast. But with her, it wasn't happening. And I was just so frustrated and fed up that I was going to do anything. I didn't really research Shakeology that much. I didn't research Beachbody programs that much. My husband had done P90X a long time ago and liked it, but that essentially was all I knew. And so I just told Jess I didn't even care what more information I had. I just wanted to go for it. I was ready to lose this weight. So, and for whatever reason, I mean, I know now it was God just nudging me, but I jumped right into coaching. Like when I signed up, I thought, well, yeah, I'll do the coaching thing and get the discount. That's cool. But yeah, actually, I think I'm going to do coaching too. Like I'll just go for it, So I never even did an initial challenge group as a challenger. I just jumped into coaching. I signed up and then I invited and signed up 5 people my first month to join me. And so I led the challenge group, for us. And I don't say that to brag, but I just say it that it's possible. You don't necessarily have to have results yet. Your strategy might change just a little bit. So if you're jumping right into it, you will just say, come with me, do this with me, versus saying, look at my results, you can do this too. It's more like having them join you where you're at. So, which you guys probably know already, but yeah, so that's a little bit about my story. My why wasn't super strong in the beginning. It was just to maybe earn a little extra income. We were staying in an apartment that I really loved. I was happy and content with our life as far as finances went. So my why wasn't super strong other than just to get fit and have the accountability that comes from holding other people accountable and maybe earn a little extra spending money, whatever. But that totally changed. So 3 months in, yes, I was reading The Compound Effect or GoPro, one of those two. And remember the author saying, don't be surprised, like when you go after your passion, something's probably going to come in the way and be like a major roadblock, you're going to hit an obstacle. And sure enough, 3 months into coaching, we made just not a great call. And well, I'll tell you a little bit about it. So real quick, we're in this apartment I loved and our lease was up. So we had to decide if we were going to renew or not. And they wanted to raise the rent on us a whole bunch. And we're like, no, that's not cool. Well, let's give our 2 months notice. And then if they really have people who are interested in renting, they'll bring them up to look at it and we'll see and know that they're interested. And then we'll tell the office that we changed our mind and we'll book it. Or we'll sign the lease again. But let's not sign at this new rate. I bet we can totally get a better deal. So we gave our 2 months notice, and then a week later found out that someone in our same building without seeing our apartment, put a deposit down on our unit, and we got the boot. So we had to be out of there. So here I am, like in the middle of coaching. I love taking pictures and like making them pretty and whatever, like Lindsay says on my Facebook page. So good lighting and all of that, which we had in this apartment, is so essential, you know. So I really had to kind of change some of that up. But yeah, I was totally devastated and bummed and lots of tears and whatever. I was still leading my challenge groups and all of that, but it was hard. And also something else happened in that time, and I talked to my husband, I can share this, but he was starting a software engineer school boot camp, like a 3-month boot camp, and he had started it and planned to be done and have a full-time job just in the nick of time. Like we had kind of arranged it, strategized, whatever. Well, he started the boot camp, and a month in, like he gave it his all, whatever. We just had to hold our hand and admit it that it wasn't the right fit. It wasn't run well, whatever. It just wasn't the right fit for him. So then here we are, we're kind of starting at square one. My hubby's without a job. My income became essential to kind of carry us through this season. So my why became stronger. And I say that just because if you're just starting out, like, and your why isn't super strong, it's okay. Like, it'll get stronger as you go along. And just as long as it's always strong enough to make you go for it, to make you press into your fears and just do it anyway. So that's a little bit about me and my story. Talking about fears, there's definitely, I'll just share some of the ones that I had initially, and maybe you guys can relate to these, but maybe you have your own list of fears, and I think it's helpful to write them down, and in response to them, write out something that scares you more, or not scares you more, but a truth that is also true, that is stronger in a sense. So you're fighting those fears with truths. And my 5 basic fears were, am I ready to lead a team? Number 2, what if no one joins me? Number 3, what if my top coaches quit? So they join me and are doing awesome, and then they just drop out. Do I have the time to give if I grow? And my 5th one is, what if I answer a question wrong or just don't know the answer? So looking at these are the responses that I came up with. And the first one, am I ready to lead a team? I think a big thing with that is just trusting the Lord that He will grow you as you're faithful with the people that He sends you. Taking it a day at a time and really just focusing on the 3 vital behaviors, because essentially leading a team, you're going to lead by example. So doing those 3 things and then sharing with your team how to do them, how to invite every single day, get them set up with a personal development book, and be doing that yourself, of course, too. And then being a product of the product and just really staying consistent every day, getting your workout in and your shake, and eating well and eating or drinking water. So those things, and that, just knowing that has really empowered me to be like, okay, that's enough to, you know, take the first step, and I can do it. I can lead a team 1 person at a time, you know. The second thing is, what if no one joins me? And actually a big thing that has helped me with this is just saying affirmations, as simple as that. And one that is good is, people want to join me. I just say that. I started saying that from the beginning. People want to join me. And I remember my first month feeling so stupid when I was saying that in the mirror, you know, people want to join me. And in the back of my head, you know, thinking, oh, this is so dumb. Do they really? Do they really? But eventually, like, I kept speaking that truth to myself, and eventually it became stronger. And now I feel like, yeah, they totally do. And also, now that I have that strong belief in myself, I feel like I can share that with my coaches, my team that is building. Like, people want to join you. We have such an amazing gift of community. of being the best versions of ourselves that we can be, and encouragement, like that is a huge gift to be able to share with people. And they really do. They want to join us. So that has pretty much blown that fear out of the water for me. Number 3, my third fear is, what if my top coaches quit? And this is a tough one. It hasn't happened yet, but it's something that also my faith plays a huge role in. And first of all, I mean, if I have a coach who's having those thoughts of, I can't do this anymore, it's just whatever, I'm going to fight for them and encourage them, remind them of their why, because I know that if they're one of my top coaches, they've worked hard, right, to get where they're at, and I don't want them to give up on that. So I'm going to fight for them, but ultimately the decision's up to them. I can't drag them with me, whatever. So that being said, like, that's where my faith comes in, that, God has the best plan in mind for all of us. And maybe it is that he has another coach right now who he's going to give to me that I really need that extra time to pour into, He knows things we don't know. So I just feel like that has helped me. This hasn't happened yet. I haven't had a coach quit on me yet, but if it happens in the future, like that's something I might have to journey through. And I think just knowing that I can trust God in that has really helped that fear to kind of go away, or ease at least a little bit. So my fourth fear, do I have the time to give if I grow? Maybe not. I don't know. But so far, this is a faith thing too. He is in the miracle business, and not only can he create something out of nothing, but he can create he multiplies resources. So if I don't have the time to give, he can multiply my time as I'm being faithful. And he really has shown me, like, what is my priority, what's important. Sometimes my family has to take precedence, and I don't get as much done in a day for coaching as I'd like to. Like, I always do something, but maybe it's not as much as I'd like to. And I think on those days, it's really important for me to realize, like, who is this God that I serve? Like, I'm doing this for him. He can do so much more with so much less than what I can do. So just trusting him in that, and pushing forward. Like, if you don't go for it, you'll never know if you won't have enough time and energy to keep up. So it's kind of an exciting thing. We pray for blessings in our lives, and they come, but sometimes we forget that with those blessings comes, like, extra responsibility and all of that too, but it's good. Those are good complications to have. They're a good thing, and they stretch us, and they make our life more worthwhile, I think. So the fifth fear that I have was just about, what if I answer a question wrong or don't know the answer? So I am still learning. There's so much to learn with coaching. It's pretty much endless, and we can always grow as people. But in the beginning, I remember just how overwhelming all the information felt. And the easiest question, like, how do I sign up a coach if they don't want to buy a challenge pack? Like, all these little intricate little things we have to know and share with our potential customers and clients and coaches, challengers, if you will. So it's a lot of information, and I think that what has helped me with that is just knowing that we have an awesome upline of coaches. And it's not just like our coach, like Jessica Pasola is my coach. It's not just her that I have to rely on. Like, I have FAQs, I have the tons of resources in the online office, and then I have the team. Like, our team groups are awesome for asking questions and getting other insights from other coaches. So that, of course, has been an eye-opening thing gradually as I've had questions and been able to post them in there and get the answers. It just has boosted my confidence in that. So yeah, so working through those fears, I encourage you to do that too. I don't know if you can relate to some of mine, but you probably have some of your own that you can do that same exercise with, and I hope it will be helpful. So yeah, the next thing I want to share about is actually recruiting, which is what I'm here to talk about in the first place. And this is something I think you started, Lindsay, but doing the 5-3-2 system. And Jess has passed that down to me. So I put together a script, and I can share this in the Destined for Greatness, but I don't, am I able to share my screen, Lindsay, on here? Okay. I'm looking for it. You're
I'm
muted.
going to unmute myself really quick. Do you see to the left the green box with an arrow in it?
Yeah, okay. Got it. Got it. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay. So this is just the scripts, some scripts that I've used for recruiting challengers and ultimately coaches. And you guys probably have some awesome scripts too, but I know we're always looking for fresh ideas to kind of freshen things up. It's easy to get stuck in a rut with how we invite, but so the mission of this is just to invite to challenge groups, invite to coaching, invite to the sneak peeks, and then always follow up. And I have examples of each of these. I'll kind of read through them a little bit and give you backstories if I can. But so here's 3 challenge group invite examples. And this is to someone. I said, hey girl, it's been such a long time since we've connected. How are you? What are you up to these days? Also, you've probably seen my crazy overload of Facebook pics about hosting a challenge group each month. I'm reaching out to awesome people like you, now recruiting for my February 8th group. So I always include the date of my next group so that they know and can plan if this is a good month for them. And then I say what it is. It's an online accountability group that holds us all to our exercise program and healthy eating. But I try not to go into a lot of detail in my initial messages. So we're doing the 21-day fix in Shakeology, which is so much fun. Does this interest you at all? Would be a blast to do together and get to reconnect this way. Absolutely no pressure. Just think you would really love it. Let me know if you'd like more info. But more importantly, you want to know how you are and what you're up to these days. So I want them to feel like they're important as a person. It's not just about inviting, but I also want to invite them because I honestly believe that they will love this program. So, and that's kind of what I'm trying to portray in that. I don't know if it always comes off that way, but I do hope so. So that's the first one. Then the second one, here's another example. So this is to someone who has maybe reached out to me based on one of my Facebook posts showing interest about Shakeology. So then I share a little bit more, get a little more personal. And based on her, she was a mom who's nursing. So I give her some info on that too. And this is, it says, so yes, Shakeology is my favorite thing right now. Daily shakes plus clean eating plus 30 minutes a day of exercise has helped me lose 13.5 pounds of stubborn pregnancy weight, all while nursing. So that number is actually down to 22 pounds now, which is amazing to me. Never thought that I had that much to lose, but I feel great. And anyway, okay, so then it says they do have a dairy-free vegan option that is rice pea protein based instead of the whey protein. So many moms with babies sensitive to dairy have chosen that option. And the coolest part is that they have a bottom of the bag guarantee. So if for some reason you aren't happy with it, you can send it back for full refund. So my guess is you would absolutely love it. So then she was only interested in the Shakeology, but I also then asked her about the fitness plan because we know the challenge packs are a great deal and they're the best way to go. So I just wanted to share that with her as an option. You guys can read through that on your own. So here's another example. Hello, gorgeous girl. How are you? How are you loving motherhood? What are you guys, where are you guys living these days? So This, by the way, these are all invites that are my 3s. So my 5s, I tend to do just on people's, on their photos, on their personal pages, commenting, being sincere about what I'm liking, about what they're posting. It's good to do a 5 and then maybe the next week do a 3 like this. So, and sometimes I'll 5 them, 2 to 3 times one week, and then the next week we'll invite them. And I don't have a great way of tracking this yet. I need to be better about that, but I just kind of go on feeling like it's it's not a science, it's an art, So yeah, I guess, yeah, so anyway, if I'm doing that, if I'm doing a 5, I'm seeing what they're posting on their timeline and I'm getting a better idea of what's going on in their life. So say someone just had a baby, whatever, then I can use that in my invite, my 3, to relate to them a little bit better. So she obviously just had a baby recently, and other than that, I didn't know much about what was going on with them. So this is another quick invite. Wanted to quick hop on here and invite you to my, and I share the date, Facebook challenge group, doing the 21-day fix in Shakeology. I seriously love this plan for so many reasons and think you might too. Would love to share more with you. Does this interest you at all? So always ending with the question is a great idea too. Okay, so the next examples are ones that of people that I invite straight to coaching, except for the second one, and I'll give you some background on that. But anyway, so these are people that I see major potential in. Maybe they're posting already on Facebook, really great stuff. Maybe they just have a lot of depth as a person, and I could see them being a huge inspiration to others, or whatever. So you guys know, I mean, you see people you'd love to have on your team, whatever. These are the invites that I send to those people. So I'll straight up ask them, or say, here's the first example. Girl, you are so stinking inspiring. Love seeing your photos of such and such. This I sent to a girl who just did a marathon, so I put that in there. Has anyone ever asked you about doing coaching? You would seriously rock it. I'd love having you on my team. If this interests you, let me know. Hugs to you guys, XOXO. So, okay. So that's one of them. Here's another one. This is one that I send out to someone who joined my challenge group first. And it's someone I've specifically picked out of my challenge group who I saw commenting and being really encouraging in there. So I'll send them this maybe mid-challenge or something like that. So it says, have you ever considered doing the coaching side? I feel like you have so much to offer in the way of leadership, not to mention talent to share. What are some of your personal fitness health goals? That seems kind of a random question to put in there, but you guys can maybe come up with a better one. Anyway, you could probably leave it at not to mention talent to share and be done there, since I already initially asked the coaching question. Here's another one, example 3. Hey girl, this is totally random, but have you ever considered doing health and fitness coaching? You seem like such an awesome person on so many different levels, and I feel people would be totally inspired and encouraged by you. No pressure, just think you could totally rock it, and I'd love to mentor, encourage you in it, and have you join my team. Love you still either way. Hug, sweetie. Hope you and your fam are doing great. So those are some examples. Okay, so also we have amazing uplines who run sneak peeks for us, and as I'm growing, this is something I want to eventually also contribute to my upline in helping host these, but also just to maybe host them for my own team as it continues to grow. But yeah, these are great opportunities to just invite people. Then you don't have to explain so much about coaching. It's so much less work for us, and they can get the information that they need just from the sneak peek. Sometimes you can just add them to the sneak peek and then send them this message, depending on the person and how you think they might respond to that. If you do that, this is a good message to send. Just wanted to let you guys know I invited you to a behind-the-scenes peek into coaching. My upline coach, Jessica Pasola, is hosting this as a private group on Facebook tonight at 8. I'll be there live also giving feedback, and there will be prizes. Thought you guys might enjoy this as a no-pressure way to see what it's all about. Would love having you join my team. Okay, so you guys can read the rest. You get the idea, though. I also always invite my current challengers each month to the sneak peeks, and maybe not all of them. You can kind of, I mean, you're in charge, so you can do what you want, but especially those that I see potential in or feel like I would really love working with them. So I send a group message to those people and just say, hello, awesome challengers. I just wanted to say great job today. You are doing it. Also wanted to quickly invite each of you to a short 3-day sneak peek private Facebook group into coaching that my upline coach is leading this week. This is a fun, no pressure way to learn more about coaching and if it might be something for you. I love what I do and believe in it wholeheartedly, so love sharing this opportunity. Let me know if you want to pop in and learn more. So I ask them and then I add them. The next example, so this is something that I send to someone if they've considered coaching. So say I sent out an example number 1 where I just randomly invited them, example 1 from the coaching invites, whatever. And they got back to me and said, yeah, I've considered it. And then it's been nothing and they haven't heard anything back. So then I'll send them something like this. And in the meantime, I always 5 these people. So I'm continuing to add value to them, encouraging them, saying positive things so that they're viewing me as an encouraging person in their life, and that it's not just all about them joining something that I'm doing. But anyway, this is something that I'll send as a follow-up. So I say hello and I relate to them a little bit. I saw her photos of their Thanksgiving, so I comment about that and about their new home. And then I remind her about coaching. I say, I'm still thinking of you and the awesome job you would do at coaching. And then I tell her about the sneak peek and invite her to that. So you guys can use copy and paste and revise as you want with these. But okay, so here's 3 coaching follow-up examples. And yeah, so these are just ones that I send out. I also go, example 2 is one that I send after they've been in the sneak peek. So you always want to reach out to those people who were in it and ask them what they thought about it. This was one I sent to a girl who I'd been contacting, but then she just ended up in the sneak peek and I didn't put her there myself. So I didn't know if another coach had invited her or if she had added herself, and I just wanted to reach out to her in case she had added herself. Anyway, so I wrote this. I said, I saw you join the sneak peek into coaching. What did you think about it? Do you have someone recruiting you already? Would love to share more about it with you and even have you on my team if you're feeling a tug to do it, but don't want to pull you away from another coach you feel a close connection with. Just think overall you'd be amazing at it and would really enjoy the community and motivation there is in it. Hugs. So as it turned out, she had added herself and she now is on my team as a coach. So I think it's always worth it to do those follow-ups. But again, I think it's important to be respectful of other people's relationships and being positive. I guess people can choose their own coaches. You know, you want to put yourself out there as a great option for them and a great positive team to be a part of. But at the same time, in the end, they choose who they're going to work with. And I think it's important to be encouraging to them in that either way, you know, so it stays a positive thing. And anyway, the 3rd example here is this was sent in response to an interested challenger who works full-time and was worried about time commitment. So I shared my upline's Jessica Pasola. I shared her story a little bit because when she started, she was working a full-time job. So that's an example I've use. So you can share your own story or someone that you know who's doing it and rocking it, just to kind of encourage them that way. So yeah, those are the recruiting examples I have. I hope that helps. I'm going to stop sharing here. Okay. Am I back? Okay. And lastly, okay, you guys, this honestly, this is the thing. This is the thing that has made all the difference, and it is prayer. It's as simple as that. Like, my prayer life since coaching has become essential and powerful. And we track so many things in coaching, but tracking my prayers has been so awesome, seeing the hand of God. And yes, it is true. Sometimes he says no, sometimes he says wait. And that's hard, and I don't always understand why he does, but other times he comes in and just makes a way or provides just the right person at just the right time, just in the nick of time, and it is so cool. And I know that it is because of him. And then I praise him, and he gets the glory, and that's what this is all about for me anyway, you know? So I say that the things I pray for are my current challengers. I pray for them by name, that they will have success in the challenge group, because if they do, like, okay, that's awesome. Like, that's their life changed. But for your business, that also means good things, because it might mean they want to share with more people. It might mean just by word of mouth, like they'll tell someone and then they want to join your team also, you know? So that's huge, just praying for your challengers that they have success. I pray for my current coaches, and I pray aloud for them on the phone. So we do one-on-ones weekly, and as my team grows, I probably won't be able to do this, but maybe at that point I'll do a Zoom call, and I still hope to pray over them, but praying aloud with them on the phone. I've had people pray out loud for me, and it is amazing. Like, it's encouraging, it's uplifting, and it makes a huge difference in my life. And that's something that I want to give to my coaches, you know? So I also pray for their potential people. So they do their threes too. And if they'll share those people with me, the names of them, I pray for them by name, that the Lord would bring just the right people to their challenge group each month, so that there's a cool, you know, good vibes between people, whatever, you know, so the dynamic's good. And I think that the Lord orchestrates that type of stuff. So I pray for that. And the fourth thing, I thank God for working and building and bringing just the right people at just the right time. So not just asking him, but thanking him. And because I think that is speaking that you're trusting him, and you know that he is capable of doing that, and that he will do that if it's his will. So, and then the fifth thing I pray for is for strength, for courage, organization, and the capacity to lead by example, and to practice good stewardship. That's huge for me, of all the things that he's blessed me with. So, yeah, that's a wrap. That's all I got. Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you. I was like still just like jotting down everything. Like smoke was coming from my pen. Thank you. Okay, I just have to touch on a few things. You're absolutely right. Since I began this business, I have prayed for God to just bring me the people who need and want this business, who need and want it. And there have been times when I have had no clue where those last people were going to come from, or the last points, but it's always delivered. So I just really want to thank you for bringing that up. You also said, number 4, do I have the time to give if I do grow? And that is a perfect example of fear of success. People are always so concerned about the fear of failure, but the fear of success exists too. And that you just have to trust, you have to have faith that you ended up here, you became a coach for a reason. And it's just going to have to be that you get scheduled, you prioritize your time, you know, you dedicate Beachbody time and family time. And when Beachbody time is done, you're done. Even though you want to keep working, but you know you have to honor your other priorities, and then you can get back to it when you can. I always say it's a to-do list. It's not a death sentence. It's ideal. It's perfect. A counselor I used to go to say your to-do list is what you did that day. Okay, so we just got to give ourselves a lot of grace and take that pressure off. And then one last thing that you said with your 5-3-2s, and I love that. I love that. And a lot of people are wondering, like, what is the 5-3-2? It's in all of my PS coach groups, and it's in Destined for Greatness. Okay, get with your upline sponsor if you don't have that. But you said, I don't know how I'm tracking all this yet. I'm just asking you to tune in to next week's call, same time, same place, because we will be having a call going over how to track those people that you start conversations with. Okay, Courtney, thank you. Thank you. Just to open up your document and share what exactly you do, I think is just so awesome. I think that you said you'd share that. I took a million screenshots just in case, but she's going to share it with us. I know that everyone is so appreciative. I love you and I respect you, and I really do appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Yay, thanks.
All right. Yay, DFG. Way to go. Glad you all got on. We had a great turnout. So I love the new time. I love this feeling of now let's just go conquer our day. Courtney, thank you. And I will continue to pray for you as well. I'll talk to you soon, guys.
Okay.